Huge news, Wuthering Waves 1.2 events reveal. I'm intrigued. Let's see what it's about.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? AJ
Yo,
here,
yo.
back at it with another video. And
What's this, a new event, is he?
in
Okay.
today's video, we finally got some reveals for the Wuthering Waves 1.2 events and some of the rewards that are coming out. Keep in mind, guys, this was all translated with Google, so there may be some inaccuracies. Also, sorry about the tiny print. It's not me, guys. These are just the images shown. I'm going to click on to see if I can get a zoomed in image. That way you guys can see
Conditions of what? Of participation. Synthesis level reaches level 8.
some of the wording. But just remember, this is translated with Google. There may be some inaccuracies, and also there's some things I bet that are missing from here that we're going to talk about. But what we have is what I want to show you guys, and let's get into it. Also, I apologize before we do. Sorry about that. I am a little bit sick and still under the weather, so sorry if my voice sounds a little bit messed up. But now let's get into it. So first thing I see is Xiaos Gift, called the Tide a Ghost activity. And when you click on this activity, you guys can see after the event
That's the kind of rewards I like to see. That's the kind of rewards I like to see.
starts, log in at the game server, so whenever your time is for the event. And obviously this is basically your simple check login, and you get the 5 green standard pulls and the 5 limited pulls. Now the one thing I
Is that all? That's got to be overall. Yeah, you're not getting that every day.
will say about this, guys, is I'm glad they are bringing this whole 5 standard, 5 limited. I know a lot of people just want 10 limited instead, you know what I mean? But
Nah, dude, I definitely want more standards for sure, because that's where you're getting all your copies from and your other characters at the end of the day. As somebody who's not a whale, I'm a light spender. You know, my aim is to get the main banner, new character if I want it, and potentially go for the weapon as well, you know? And usually the weapon is I like chip away at it over the banner duration, so I'm not spending at all. Like I say, I haven't really spent on any individual character. I put a bit of money into the game, but I haven't actually been like, right, I've got to throw money in to get this character on this banner. So like I usually chip away at the weapon just every time I get a couple of freaking pulls or asteroids. I'm like, boom, let's pull a couple so I can go for the weapon. So yeah, dude, getting the standard pulls, in my opinion, that's where you want it as well. That's where you're getting all your copies, because I ain't getting copies of the main banner because I'm just not doing it, because obviously the potential to fail the 50-50. So I'm looking to go for those copies. And then obviously when you're pulling for the banner and you're going for the main character, you're gonna get a bunch of copies anyway because of the rate ups, aren't you? So
just keep in mind, guys, that the last time that we had the login rewards, that we had 15 limited pulls, 15 standard pulls, and I believe 10 weapon pulls. So I do think that's missing, and I do think that will return. So keep in mind, I don't just think it'll be the 5 standard, 5 limited. I do think we will get
potentially as well as when we was talking in that video about the problems with the 4-star weapons, that could be a way to balance things out as well. If I still think we need some little buffs and tweaks with some of the 4-stars, or just get some better 4-stars in the future that are a little bit more usable on multiple characters as well as having, like, you know, some crit stats as well. But giving more weapon pulls in some of these, maybe switching this out, and this particular event is going to be all catered towards weapon pulls, so more people can get weapons, 5-star weapons for free, you know?
the same amount of pulls for free as we did with when Shang-Li released during that time, in case you guys are worried for JG. Okay, next up, guys, we have down, when we scroll down, we have Falling into a Fantasy Land. This is essentially, I guess, the new Elusa Realm that's coming out. So obviously it says additional open resonators, Zhang Liao, JG, Yan Wu, and Dan Jin. So essentially just showing off the 2 new resonators. Obviously there'll be some old resonators that we can use. We'll see which limited ones we're able to use, and I do believe they will give us trial versions. If the list of names is correct, right, guys, then Zhang Liao right here being first means we get the Zhang Liao banner first. Hopefully he is free, guys, and we get to test them out right here in the Elusa Realm. As for
I guess that's probably a good assumption. It's a reach, but a good assumption that he's potentially going to come first.
the activity awards, you guys can see we have our 1000 astrite. We have multiple free echoes that we can earn. Obviously our tuners, echo XP materials, which we all do need, standard materials, and
again, speaking about this in the prior video, we fucking do.
and this right here, guys, and if you look closer, hang on, I don't know if you guys can tell what this is. This is crownless, guys, right
Oh
here.
yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, I believe this is the female, the
Thought it was a
final
cat.
version of the boss we find the main
Thought it was a
story from
cat
patch
with black
1.0,
patches over
that
its
main
eyes.
echo. Yes, it's looking like we get the shiny version of that, which I think is pretty damn cool. If you're an echo hunter, if you're an echo chaser or achiever, I think that's pretty sick. Good job on Kuro adding a phantom, I guess, version of an echo that a lot of people would want. I know this is going to be one where I just grab immediately as fast as I can, just because I like the cooler phantom versions. Hopefully they do make it look a little bit better and more distinct, but
yeah, I think they should do that. They need to make them look better.
Cool.
Definitely.
Okay, guys, next we want to get the electronic sheep after the Wanbei meeting. I'm not sure if this is a mistranslation. Maybe it's not. I don't know what this is. Essentially, it's looking like a new event, but we get 500 astrite right here, some echoes, some tuners, some materials right here. Yeah, not sure. Online tower holy, okay, hold on.
Online tower defense. Is this going to be like some kind of, obviously, potentially a tower defense. Is this going to be kind of some wave-based thing? Because I was saying that it'd be kind of cool to have like a wave-based event in the game. Interesting.
Hashtag online tower defense. Guys, if you guys remember in the past video that I did, I believe one of the things that was translated with AI was we were going to get somewhat of a co-op event going on where it looked like it was going to be something where we fight against waves. If now this is
dude, I'd be cool for that to be solo as well, because I think majority of the events should be both, in my opinion. Some should be more designed to be co-op, but I think it's best to have them work on solo and co-op potentially. But I would definitely be down for a wave-based tower defense mode. That'd be really fun, actually.
Kind of matching up with that. So maybe it's this event.
Don't make me play with people. Come on.
Being activated. I don't know what the scenery is. It's looking like snow, a little bit sunshine, trees. I could be wrong. Is this Mount Firmament? I could be 100% wrong, guys, about the location.
That looks more like it's almost in the Elusive Realm to me. I can't tell. That kind of looks like that red grass with some of the water that's around, and you know, the areas where you got the little rocky outcrops sometimes where there's the rocks that you could, well, you can't anymore, that you could break up and find the cat inside them. I could be wrong, but it kind of looks like that to me.
But maybe they're adding towers.
And want to get electronic sheep, you know, counting sheep, dreams, you know. I think that might potentially be that.
On the event, and you basically go in with a buddy or search for a random. Obviously, I think you'll be able to do it solo if you guys don't want to do it solo. But I do believe this is a co-op. Co-op will be available on this event. It's an online tower defense. We're going to fight against a bunch of waves of enemies. It should be fun time if you want to duo up with your buddies and just go ahead and destroy waves of enemies. Good
Stop them breaking objects and obviously towers.
Next up, Aloy Trials smelting.
Aloy Trials smelting again?
That's too damn tiny. But I can see Astrite, obviously the same things as before. Aloy Trials smelting too. I'm not sure, because I didn't see anything about Aloy smelt from the AI translation. I'm really not sure about this one, guys. This is the only one where I'm like, is this true? Is it not? I mean, I'm down for it. If Aloy...
Give us some freaking raids, Kuro. Give us some full-on, proper dungeon raids. We go in, you can potentially choose a difficulty, or you have to clear it to access the next difficulty level. You go in, you can do it co-op, you can do it solo. Let us do it solo. There's, you know, some light freaking platform mechanics, some light puzzles. You fight some enemies along the way. You go on to fight a group of ads and a couple of elites, and then a couple of elites and a sub-boss, and then you go on to fight the full end boss, and it's like a hologram with potentially ads as well that come in, and, you know, kind of has a little bit of different mechanics, like say you're fighting the hologram calamity level enemy, and then partway through it shields up and goes into the sky, and a bunch of ads come in, and you have to fight the ads off, and then it comes back down into the next phase of the boss, and then you get a cool bunch of stuff out of it potentially. And then once you've cleared that, you can go in and do a next version and a next version, and it's kind of like the holograms where you're going up difficulty levels. I think that'd be really kind of cool, actually.
Aloy Smelt is coming back, and they're bringing like a second phase for it.
And like the design in the companion quest for Changli when you're in the Sonorosphere is perfect. Like, as I was going through that, I was like, dude, this could be like a raid. This genuinely could be like a raid. Like, it's kind of got that design, got a little bit of light puzzle elements of not really exploration. It's kind of linear, but you know, I think it'd work, man.
I'm down.
The game's built for it.
Right now, with all these things that they're showing off, or at least this, from what we're getting right here and what we're seeing right here, if this is all in there, guys, this is looking like a good patch so far for the event side of things. This is looking really good. Okay, let's move on from the next thing. What is this? Activity rules. Okay, this is the activity rules.
That's just a level.
Behind the scenes, there's really nothing
Pull the
there.
toy to ghost.
And the last thing, guys, right?
Okay, so this is where we're getting in then. This is where the free resonator stuff was in then. Okay, all right. Again, mispronouncing Aloy's triggering my caveman DNA. Again, I know I've banged on about this a bunch of times. I just want to say, quick fix for whatever his name is, Yao. I'm just gonna call him Yao. Give him a Winter Soldier-like arm, man. Just put a bit of gold accent on that. And that character's just twice as good already, in my opinion, because he's kind of bland. And I keep saying it because at the end of the day, we don't need, and I get it, if you're getting it for free, it makes sense. We don't need every character to be this super special looking character, but I just think he'd look a lot cooler.
Right here.
Nitpick,
okay,
I know.
What is this? Activity rules. Yeah. After time log in, the game within 1 year, the event ends and the rewards. Whoa, guys.
1 year? Holy shit, dude.
Hey, like I said just take it with a grain of salt. I know there's been things data mined, translated with AI, but so far, guys,
that's gotta be a mistranslation, right? That's gotta be a mistranslation. A year. I know they're generous, but like, they're like, please come back. You've got 364 more days.
Guys, it is looking like
man.
The hype is real behind Zhang Liao being free. Like, no joke. Like, I know this is translated with Google. This could be a mistranslation.
Yeah.
But damn, log into the game within 1 year after the.
Even though this could be a mistranslation, it's all kind of going in that direction that makes me think it might be true, because we've had multiple leaks and rumors in the rumor mill that we're getting a free resonator. There's a potential that we're going to be getting a bunch of stuff that's going to allow us to get a free resonator. And then this, it's like, you know, and I feel like he just looks like he's going to be a free resonator, you know what I mean?
The event ends and the rewards will be reissued via mail. Okay. But it's looking like we are getting a free Zhang Liao, guys. Like, seriously, like, if Kuro pulls this off, and I want to tell you guys the biggest benefit of Kuro doing this, guys, giving us free Zhang Liao, number one, business model wise, right, guys? I think it gives a lot of players incentive to pull for his weapon, because I know a lot of besides just Zhang Liao, a lot of Jianshin mains are interested.
Especially if you make his weapon really good, you know, it's not just good for him, it's good for a bunch of other people as well. That's going to really make you be like, oh, you know, I'm not too bothered about him. I got him for free. It's whatever. But the weapon, dude, the weapon's going to make him like really good, and he's going to work really well with freaking Jian potentially, or whatever. Yeah, I think it is a good business model, to be fair.
Interested in his weapon that I've talked to, a lot of you Lin gang mains who are out there, the few but proud, and I think for a lot of people, getting a free electro unit if they don't have Calcharo, or if you want to just upgrade from Calcharo, giving him.
The question is he gonna really, like, you know, because obviously I like Calcharo, and even though he's got his problems, I really still like him. This will be an idea to see whether we're getting power creep issues as well. Because he's free, is he just going to be kind of be a lame duck? His kit looks kind of crazy. Or is he going to really make Calcharo kind of like even more, I don't want to say lame because he's not, but you know what I mean? Even more, not redundant, but, you know, because obviously Calcharo's got his issues with what they've done. But yeah.
For free, and then having all this astrite to pull on the weapon is a huge win-win move for the community. Even if you don't want to pull on his weapon and you just want to play with him and build him up, you guys can do that too, and you get a free unit. I think this is a very big win-win move by Kuro Games. If this is true, I'm still taking it with a grain of salt, guys, even with everything that's coming out, just because I hope everybody does taper down their expectations just by a little bit so that nobody is ever disappointed. That being said, I'm with you guys behind the hype of there being a free Zhang Liao coming into the game. But this is crazy with everything that has transpired, guys, for the event side of things. Because, like I said, just to recap, a free Zhang Liao, we have potentially an Aloy Smelt 2 coming, which was a fun combat event. Then we have...
We're going to be melting the main character from Horizon Forbidden West or whatever it's called, right?
A co-op event that's coming for tower defense, fighting off waves like a horde mode that you get to fend off against multiple enemies. We have the new Elusa Realm with the Phantom Echo being the crown.
Oh, dude, don't get me wrong. Calcharo's... I love Calcharo. You know what I mean? I love him. I think he's really fun. Obviously, I think and he's a lot more useful if you're running him with like Verena, definitely, because obviously he does take a beating because of how he is. You'll end up getting hit usually because Ev needed to stand still or losing the maximum DPS, so you're likely to get hit. But dude's sick.
Guys, correct me if I'm wrong if that's not Crownless, but I do believe her name is Crownless, that female Echo. And then we have our daily login gift. And the one thing I will say, guys, obviously this I do believe is accurate, but I also do think they're missing. I do believe we will get, like I said, 10 more standard pulls, 10 more limited pulls, and then 10 weapon pulls. All around for the event aspect, guys, this is looking good.
Then again, though, if they are thinking, hey, here's a free resonator, wink, wink, maybe pull on the banner for the weapon, maybe they don't give the weapon pulls because, you know?
And we don't know if we're getting companion quest or not. If we do get some companion quest for a Zhang Liao, for the JG, then guys, this wasn't a slow patch. This is honestly a W patch, guys.
Yeah,
I think there'll be a lot of fun to be had with this patch. But as of right now, guys, we need to officially see everything from Kuro. I know there's going to be a lot of quality of life updates that they're testing out that we did in the previous video a while back. But what do you guys think?
Give us more Echo Mats
about all the events that are being shown off here. Take some things with a grain of salt, guys, but I do think most of this stuff is 95% accurate.
Yeah, I'm leaning into a lot of this is accurate. It sounds kind of legit. And again, the whole issue with the free resonator, we've heard it from multiple different places. Of course, it could all just be bullshit. But, you know, when it's coming from multiple different places and different versions of how we're going to get him, it makes me lean into believing that maybe that's going to happen then.
Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's been your boy, AJ. Sorry for being sick, guys. My brain's a little bit loopy.
Yeah, dude. Man, fuck, bro. You ain't allowed to get sick, dude. Jesus Christ.
But I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, good video. Right. Good video, good video.
Yo, YouTube.
Interesting. It does seem like a W update, actually. I am interested in the tower defense mode as well. I hope that is designed well. I mean, pardon me. The reason I think it might be set in the what's it as well? What's it called? The elusive fucking realm depths, whatever it's called. You know what I mean? Is because we kind of almost got to see a slither of what that potentially will be like. Because when you're going through there a couple of times, there's the bit where there's that object on the floor, and they just keep spawning, don't they? Running to bash it, and you can pick up those spears and keep throwing them down. I think that makes me think it'll be kind of something like that and be set in that area, because it makes sense, because it's like it's an instance, isn't it? So it's away from everything else. So it kind of makes sense that you can have these potential constructs that you're going to have wave after wave of enemies going after, and you can defend, you know, there'll be where you're defending it yourself, but when you've got to a certain point in the wave system that, right, okay, this wave now, you've got access to the spheres and you can really go ham on them kind of thing. It'll be interesting, man. It should be really cool, that should. I'm looking forward to it. And, you know, different modes is always good. What I would like to see in the game, though, is stuff that, like, Star Rail are doing, where, you know, where there's, like, these little events that are totally abstract from the game, where a lot of the events in Wuthering Waves at the moment all just seem to revolve around the combat and the typical gameplay loop, where it's just in a different situation or a different kind of guise. I'd like to see stuff that's just totally different. There's kind of like, you know, I don't know, you know what I mean? You know, like how we had in Star Rail with like when you were going down through the mines and you had like the board thing where you move across and then there'd be fights and then you do different just little things like that that are like really abstract from the actual gameplay loop itself and feels like you're kind of almost playing a different game for that few minutes what you're playing that event. I'd like to see stuff like that in the game as well that just like switch it up a little bit, makes it feel that the game in general feel totally different, doesn't it? But yeah, great video from Gamma AJ. Definitely check him out. Show some love. Channel's far too small for the content he puts out. And I am interested in what we're going to get out of 1.2. I do think it's going to be a W update and it's going to be a massive update for Kuro. Because if it doesn't go well, I think it's going to be a big indicator of how well the game's going to do in general. I think this update is more important than 1.1 by far. And potentially even more important than the initial launch. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but I think it shows what's to come, doesn't it? So yeah, it'll be interesting. But great video.
What's going
Great video.